What do a jazz band full of slackers, a punk rock cover group, and a bunch of surf rock obsessed teens have in common? They're all part of Japan's small but beautiful tradition of high school band films. Stories where music isn't just a passion, it's a lifeline, a rebellion, a memory. Some movies make you laugh, some warm your heart. But Swing Girls, it crashes into your life like a jazz solo gone rogue, chaotic, offbeat, and totally unforgettable. Directed by Shinobu Yaguchi in 2004, Swing Girls is a high-energy high school comedy about a bunch of underachieving girls from rural Japan who accidentally poison their school's brass band with some spoiled lunch. To make up for it, and mostly to dodge summer classes, they get roped into learning jazz from scratch. This isn't a polished underdog story. These girls aren't naturally gifted. They skip practice, barely care at the start, but that's what makes their journey so much fun. Yaguchi ditches melodrama for pure, joyful chaos. Every pratfall, every musical disaster, it's all played for laughs, but never at the expense of the characters. You're laughing with them, not at them. Most of the cast were newcomers at the time, and that's part of the magic. Their unpolished energy mirrors the characters, messy, scrappy, and weirdly magnetic. It feels like a school club you could have joined, full of chaos and camaraderie. Yes, the film revolves around jazz, but this isn't your typical music movie. It's not about winning competitions or proving talent. It's about trying, failing, and slowly discovering joy in the effort. The music isn't the destination, it's the excuse to come together, to mess up, and to try again. It's edited with comic timing that lands like a drumbeat. And when the final performance finally arrives, it hits like a payoff you didn't even realize you were waiting for. It's not perfect. That's the point. In the end, Swing Girls is about finding rhythm in failure, about showing up, playing loud, and letting the swing carry you. And somewhere between the missed notes and bad lunches, the music becomes theirs. Some films shout, some scream. Linda, Linda, Linda doesn't. It hums quietly in the background until you realize somehow it's become your favorite song. Directed by Nobuhiro Yamashita in 2005, Linda, Linda, Linda is a gentle, low-key story about four high school girls who decide, last minute, to form a rock band for their school's culture festival. 3 Japanese girls, 1 Korean exchange student, a few borrowed instruments, and a cover of a punk classic by the Blue Hearts. That's it. There's no big drama, no over-the-top training montages, no climactic battle of the bands, just long walks, quiet conversations, and the slow rhythm of teenage life. As 4 strangers try to become something like a band, and maybe something like friends. The film doesn't rush. It takes its time, lingering in empty hallways, on bus rides, in practice rooms where nothing much happens except a few missed chords and hesitant glances. And that's exactly what makes it so powerful. Dunabe, playing the shy, soft-spoken singer from Korea, is magnetic. She barely speaks the language. She's awkward, and yet you can't take your eyes off her. Her presence says more than words ever could, about being an outsider, about trying to belong, and about the quiet courage it takes to step up to a mic when your voice still trembles. When the band finally plays Linda Linda at the festival, it's not perfect, but it's real, earned, full of heart, a burst of joy from four girls who somehow made it to the stage together. Linda 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 doesn't ask for your attention, it earns it. With stillness, with sincerity, and with an understanding that sometimes the best stories are the quiet ones. It's not a movie about being loud, it's about listening, and about how, in the right moment, a borrowed song can say everything.
もう一曲弾いてくれやろか。
オッケー。
バンド作ろう。なわしと一緒にバンド作ろう。
作ろう。わしもあんたの顔見た時はそういう思うとった。
There's something about being 16 and hearing your first real rock song. The Rocking Horsemen is like a song you half remember from your youth. Gentle, awkward, and deeply sincere. It feels less like a movie and more like flipping through someone's diary, a memory you were never part of. Directed by Nobuhiko Obayashi, a filmmaker known for weaving memory, fantasy, and emotion into one, this 1992 coming-of-age story captures the spirit of a generation discovering rock music in 1960s rural Japan. It follows 5 high school boys in a sleepy countryside town, caught between cram schools and conformity, who find refuge in the raw howl of rock and roll. They aren't rebels, not really, just kids, aching for something, chasing a feeling, a way to escape the stifling rhythm of school, tradition, and quiet expectations. They form a band not to be great, but because they need something, anything, to make them feel alive. Maybe even impress a girl or two. Obayashi's direction makes the film feel less like a story and more like a memory you've borrowed. The visuals are soft, sometimes even dreamlike. The camera doesn't intrude, it observes, letting us witness a fragile season of life with warmth and patience. And like any good memory, the Rocking Horseman doesn't always move in straight lines. It stumbles, it pauses, it smiles at its own awkwardness. And then, just when you're not expecting it, it hits you with a moment so pure, so real, that you swear you've lived it before. By the time the boys strum their final chords, it's not about whether they succeed or fail. It's the fact that they tried.